This is the L2C Media Network, live from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk at the Tom O'Neill Studios in Jackson. This is after the first half, a look and a review of all the 1 o'clock NFL games for Week 14, and a preview of tonight's Sunday and Monday night get-togethers. Now, with all the information you need from the 1 p.m. games, here's our buddy, Steve the Baxman Baxley. All right, thank you very much. Live from our little studios here in Jackson. Coming up, the Detroit Lions take on the Denver Broncos. A depleted Detroit Lions, I should say. The flu bug, etc., has them, including COVID. So right now, if you're looking in on your Fox station, it'll be coming up shortly. But right now, as we get set up here, we get to take you where else but around the National Football League for a brief moment of time, as they say, as I look upon the world with rose-colored glasses. So we begin. Yes, we're trying to poop this up. And right now, the Lions have, oh boy, as if they didn't have enough problems, they have an injury on the field that is goose eggs in the first quarter. If the Lions pull this out, they got to get an award for bravery. But ladies and gentlemen, we come here to give you the National Football League scoreboard, and that's what we plan on doing. If I can get this commercial off my prompter. All right, here we go. Right now, with 4:24 remaining in the fourth quarter, the Cowboys, who led Washington 27-0, now find themselves looking at a resurgent Washington team. Washington coming back strong, now down by 13. It's 27-14. The Cowboys, 4:24 left to play. 59 seconds left to play. The Houston Texans 37. They're down by 20. Seahawks 33. Okay, let's keep going and going. Final scores. Atlanta Falcons have defeated the Carolina Panthers, and the Falcons thought they were going to go with a cakewalk, but nope, the Panthers were strong and they were tough. In the end, they weren't tough enough. Falcons over the Panthers, 29-21, which means that the Buccaneers, all they got to do is win, and they're officially in. One just went final a few moments ago. The Cleveland Browns, I almost said the word. Cleveland Browns won over the Baltimore Ravens 24-22. That means the Ravens are in trouble. This was no contest. Tennessee Titans defeated what was to be the Jacksonville Jaguars, but apparently Jacksonville never showed up, so they played the Sisters of Immaculate Reception. Titans won 20-0. Kansas City Chiefs have just beaten the Las Vegas Raiders. In fact, I think they didn't play the Raiders. I think they played the Pee Wee version of the Raiders. 48-9 was the final score. Chiefs looking strong and good. And speaking of looking strong and good, how about this? The New Orleans Saints found a way to get the monkey off their back. They played the New York Jets and whopped them 30-9. Games right now in progress. Lions and Broncos. Broncos striking first, hopefully. Maybe not. First and 10, Detroit's 15. Score right now, 11:45 remaining in the opening quarter. Broncos, Lions, no score. 11:09 left to play in the opening quarter with the Giants and the Chargers. Chargers with the ball, 4th and 3 on their own 42. They're also scoreless. My God, we're going to have a lot of good time on this one. Let's pop it up and see. Yeah, with two of the 1 o'clock games still going strong. And we can tell you right now, Cowboys, who were up 27-0, are now trying to hold on with 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Washington with the ball. Washington kicked off to the Cowboys. It's 1st and 10 on Dallas's 13. Dallas now hanging on instead of a 27-point lead to a 7-point lead, 27-20. We will follow that game as best as we could. Right now, looks like the Seahawks and Texans. That one will be a final score for sure, with the Seahawks taking it. We'll give you a final score when it pops up. Right now, let's take you to, of course, the other two games, 425, Bills and Buccaneers, 49ers and Bengals. Both games worth something, well, at least for the Buccaneers. Let's preview the Sunday night game, Bears and Packers. As you know, this is the longest running feud in football, longest running rivalry. Green Bay Packer quarterback Aaron Rodgers has dominated the Chicago Bears during his Hall of Fame caliber career, and we just lost it. Thank you, boys. And he isn't shy about pointing that out. After running for a fourth quarter touchdown in a 24-14 victory at Chicago on October 14th, Rodgers shouted, "I still own you," to the Soldier Field crowd. The Bears get their shot at payback Sunday when they visit the Packers in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, as the late great John Vicenda would intone. Rodgers noted this week that his comment wasn't directed at the Bears, but rather at fans who were making obscene gestures to him. But he also pointed out that, quote, "I don't know that you can question a whole lot of what I said," end quote. The Packers are a cool, clear, crisp 22-5. I'll have to teach the cat how to operate camera and dent. There we go. Packers are, as I said, 22-5 against the Bears in games Rodgers has started. Now, Chicago safety Taysom Gibson said the Bears aren't necessarily using Rodgers' remark as bulletin board material. The Bears already have enough incentive as they try to build some late-season momentum after losing 6 of their past 7 games. They hope to get a boost from the return of rookie QB Justin Fields, who missed 2 games with broken ribs. Fields has thrown twice as many interceptions as touchdown passes this season, but he had perhaps his 2 best games just before his injuries. Now, while the Bears look toward their future with Fields, the Packers are driving towards their 3rd straight NFC North title as the only division team with a winning record. They want to close the regular season strong and enter the playoffs with momentum. Now, Rodgers has been playing through a toe injury that has reduced his practice time, though it hasn't limited his effectiveness. Rodgers said he fractured his pinky toe last month while working out at home during his quarantine after testing positive for COVID-19. Where in the hell is the pinky toe? If you know, let us know here at the little sports show that we do here at midnight Eastern, which is, of course, tonight, Sports Final at midnight. That's the only time I get to plug it. Now, both teams are lacking quarterback depth this week. Packer backup Jordan Love is on the reserve COVID list. Chicago's Andy Dalton injured his left non-throwing hand and lost to Arizona last week. Now, if Dalton is unavailable, Nick Foles would back up Fields. Now, look at the turnover margin for each team helps explain why the Packers lead the NFC North while the Bears have struggled. The Packers have forced 19 takeaways and have turned the ball over just 10 times. The Bears have 10 turnovers and 11 takeaways. Bears running back David Montgomery looked more like his usual self last week after initially struggling in his return from a knee injury. He carried 21 times for 90 yards and a touchdown in a 33-22 loss to the Cardinals. He also had a season-high 8 catches for 51 yards in the 3 games prior to that since returning against Pittsburgh on the 8th of November. He averaged just 3.8 yards on 44 carries and had 6 catches for 54 yards. Montgomery's injury prevented him from playing when the Bears lost to the Packers in Chicago. Former NFL commissioner, by the way, Paul Tagliabue, will be honored during a halftime ceremony recognizing his induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Tagliabue will receive his Hall of Fame ring during the ceremony, and that's nice. That is tonight, 8:20, right on NBC, with, of course, all the big guys in tow, no pun. And finally, let's give you a look. Speaking of the Cardinals, let's give you a preview of the Monday Night Tilt before we do a recap and we say goodbye for a few hours. So here we go, face to face, a couple of silver spoons. The Arizona Cardinals finally get to play a home game after nearly a month away from State Farm Stadium. In a strange twist, that's not necessarily good news for the franchise. The Cardinals have constructed their NFL best 10-2 record in an unorthodox way. They've been historically good on the road with a 7-0 record, and all the wins have come by double digits. At home, they're 3-2, and even the wins have been a struggle. And the Cardinals do get their chance to improve at home when they host the division rival Los Angeles Rams on Monday night. Arizona can clinch its first playoff berth since 2015, while the Rams are trying to tighten the NFC West race and build off a 37-7 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. Arizona beat Los Angeles 37-20 earlier this season, and one of the first indications that this could be a special season for the Cardinals. The win snapped a 7-game losing streak in the series. Cardinals coach Cliff Kingsbury has acknowledged that game was a big step for the franchise during his third season in charge, but he also doesn't expect it to have a lot of carryover to Monday's matchup. And I'm being told by my producer to put on the headphone just for a moment. Okay, there is a report, unconfirmed. It kind of looks like the Jacksonville Jaguars may be ready to cut some bait. We don't know what that means. Maybe a new quarterback or maybe a new coach. Just that there will be an announcement probably by the end of the season that one of their biggest problems may be over. I don't know. There is a little report that says that maybe the first-time head coach, former of Ohio State, whose name sort of disturbs me for a moment. What is his? What the devil is that coach's name? Oh, I just foo-pooed. I did not foo-poo. I just forgot the coach's name. Urban Meyer. Thank you. Producer hollering at me, saying that possibility Urban Meyer may be out by the end of the season. Again, not confirmed, but I would not put it against Jacksonville to cut bait with him. Let's keep going with the Monday night preview. Remember where you heard it first, though. Okay. Gotta wait to get back where my place was. Let's get the Chiefs 37. Arizona beat Los Angeles 37-20 earlier this season. One of the first indications that this could be a special season for the Cardinals. I've already read that part. And started to read the Cardinal thing. Cardinal coach Cliff Kingsbury acknowledged that game was a big step for the franchise during his third season in charge, but he also doesn't expect it to have a lot of carryover to Monday's matchup. The Rams shook off a 3-game losing streak in a dominant win over the Jags last Sunday. Sony Michael ran for a season-high 124 yards to give the offense some balance, while Stafford threw for 295 yards and 3 touchdowns. See what happens when you unchain Matthew Stafford? You get results. When he played for the Lions, he was too chained up. It was like the Lions wanted him to play their version of football, and Matthew Stafford wanted to go a different way. Too little, too late now, Lions. You got Jared Goff in the deal. Let's see. Stafford threw for 295 yards and 3 touchdowns. Now they'll try to do something similar against the Cards, who have one of the NFL's best defenses. Murray and star receiver DeAndre Hopkins will be playing their second game in a row. Both missed 3 straight with injuries. The two connected on a 20-yard touchdown in last weekend's win against the Bears. Arizona running back James Conner will try to tie a franchise record by scoring a touchdown in his 7th consecutive game on Monday. Conner has scored 9 touchdowns over the 6-game stretch, becoming one of the Cardinals' go-to playmakers with Murray, Hopkins, and running back Chase Edmonds all battling injuries. Conner is trying to match John David Crow, who scored in 7 straight games from 59 to 60. There are some good candidates for the NFL Coach of the Year, but 2 of the frontrunners appear to be Kingsbury and Patriots coach Bill Belichick. Kingsbury worked under Belichick early in his career and grinned when asked if it was nice to be mentioned in the same breath for the same award, along with the 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach. He kind of agreed. The Rams finally produced their first 100-yard rusher of the season last week when Michael went for 121 against Jacksonville. Michael's heavy tackle breaking style of running was a welcome change of pace for Los Angeles, which is 23rd in the NFL in yards rushing, after rarely committing to an establishing ground game this year. With Darrell Henderson still slowed by his thigh injury, the Rams would seem wise to try a similar Michael-focused game plan against the Cardinals, who have allowed their opponents to rush for 4.7 yards per carry this season, one of the worst numbers in the league. This game, Monday, December 13th, we're going to say 8 o'clock on ESPN and on ABC, and that is where the Manning Cast, and of course on the Manning Cast on ESPN too. So, what else is new? Not a whole lot. Okay, let's give you some updates before we take our hike. And oh, by the way, before we do anything, before we attempt to do anything, let's get you an update. No, that game's on at 6 o'clock. Okay, the Canadian Football League back in action. The Grey Cup game coming up in about 6 o'clock p.m. on the Eastern Zone of Time. This year's Grey Cup. Thank you. This year's Grey Cup will be Hamilton taking on Winnipeg. Ain't that nice? You're kidding, of course. Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the Hamilton Ticats will go at it again. The game to be carried on TSN in Canada and ESPN2 here in the States. This is going to be fun. So enjoy watching some good football, 6 o'clock p.m. here on the East Coast. So it is spoken, so it is read. And here we go. Okay, let us. Nope, those are real.
No, when they go back, if they go back that way, there's.
Anyway, let's review. Let's anyway, whilst I'm watching skating here, trying to figure out who are the real people and who are the phonies.
These are real right now. You can tell them.
Okay, thank you, Mom, for participating in what is supposed to be about maybe a 15-minute broadcast. Okay, let's give you final scores and some updates on the 4 o'clock games. Right now, 1:20 remaining. The Cowboys have the ball, 1st and 12 on Washington's 19. They're up by 7 after being up by 27. Let's see. We'll do the final. Seahawks over the Texans, 33-13. Falcons over the Panthers, 29-21. Browns over the Ravens, 24-22. Titans blanking the Jaguars, 20-0 in what could be Oh, gee, golly whiz bangs. I had his name, now I don't. Maybe that's because he's forgettable. Urban Meyer, thank you. Why do I keep forgetting Urban Meyer? Because Jacksonville wants to forget about Urban Meyer.
That's the whole section there. Okay.
Thank you. Anyway, so Jacksonville might be looking for a new head coach. We don't know. Nothing has been confirmed. But remember where you heard the prediction from. I'm predicting it right now. Urban Meyer will be out. He will be shown the door after one season as coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he'll go back to probably Fox. I don't know, either that or go back to college coaching, or maybe going to ESPN. Let's keep going while my mother talks behind the scenes. Kansas City Chiefs over the Raiders, 48-9. Saints in surgical garb over the New York Jets, 30-9. Right now in the 11:31, left in the opening quarter. Buffalo Bills, Tampa Bay Bucks scoreless. 49ers, Bengals scoreless. 11:54 left to play in the open. And that is going to wrap things up for us here on this exciting, never before have we said that word, exciting edition of After the First Half. Tonight we should have a good indication as to which teams are going to go to the wild card and the playoffs. And when we do, we'll let you know. We're on the air following the Sunday night game at midnight Eastern time, right here in the same place, youtube.com/Lugnut6. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, because you never know what we're going to be doing. Even I don't know what we're going to be doing, and we still do it. But thank you anyway for watching. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We will talk to you later tonight on Sports Final. Till then, Steve the Baxman Baxley saying thank you and good night. Enjoy.